think the problem with the policy debate on cannabis is that people do think there's actually only three options. Actually, they generally think there's only two options, and one is prohibition, the other is legalisation. I think if we're ever going to get anywhere, progress any further with cannabis policies, we've got to understand that those two extreme options aren't the only two options. And decriminalisation to some extent summarises those, but there's a lot of variation with even in that word, and understanding the subtleties of all those different variations can move us towards getting a good cannabis policy. I think with a good policy would be one that constrained use, encouraged responsible use, imposed moderate penalties for people that which broke the rules. If you want to know what cannabis legalisation would look like, all you have to do is look at the alcohol and tobacco industry. Those two drugs we've had legal for many decades. They're run by large corporations who have no regard whatsoever for the health of their users. So if you want to know what the legalisation of cannabis will look at, have a look at the tobacco industry over the last few decades and the implications for users and profits by corporations. The experience with alcohol and tobacco showed us that legalising drugs leads to more liberalised marketing and commercialisation of those drugs with consequent social harms. Prohibition doesn't have to be the US model of imprisonment. Prohibition can be a softer version of prohibition that involves things like monetary fines, warnings, but really importantly, referral for people that have got problems to drug treatment and counselling.